Our today's session of the topic is Hadoop. In previous session, we have discussed about big data, and now we will study about Hadoop, which is nothing but a problem of big data is a solution as Hadoop. So, agenda of today's class is we will study solution of big data, which is nothing but Hadoop, and we will see what is Hadoop. And actually, Hadoop has two types, HDFC and another is Yarn. Both have different working. So in big data, what was the problem? There was major problem is volume, variety, velocity, value, and veracity. So problem with big data is the storage and format of data and huge amount of data which is generated over the internet. So how can manage all these things? So Hadoop is the solution to manage everything which is created problem in big data. So now come to the definition of Hadoop. Hadoop is a framework that allows us to save and process large data sets in a parallel and distributed fashion. So we here we can say that Hadoop is divided into two parts. One is for storage and another one is for processing, which is called MapReduce, and the Hadoop which is just used for storage is called HDFC. HDFS. HDFS is nothing but it is a Hadoop distributed file system which allows to store a data in various formats across the cluster. That means it is a storage unit of Hadoop. It can store the data in the form of distributed file system. It divides the file which is in large form into smaller chunks and it stores it across the cluster. The distributed file size of the chunks is 120 MB only. It stores the data on horizontal scaling as per requirement. That means how exponentially your data is expanded in your company, it has no need to change the infrastructure of your storage. The next features of HDFS is it stores any kind of data. It could be a structured, semi-structured, or unstructured. The next features of the HDFS is no schema validation is done while dumping data. That means there is no requirement for making table or in the suitable format. Here is the diagram of HDFS, how it stores data in various format. Here is a master node that is called name node, and the other some servers, it is nothing but kind of hardware, accommodated hardware. It is working like a virtualization. Here is a master data, here is a master node, and these all are their slabs in which everything is stored in the data node, but only metadata is stored in the name node. That's why it can store more and more data, and data is stored in the distributed manner. But the question is, if one data node is damaged, Then what about data? So data will have kept in another data node, which is replicated format, that it could help to get the data whenever it lost. So these are the data nodes, and it is the master node which stores only the metadata of data node. Metadata is data about data, so it stores very few amount of data. Next we will see what is name node, and what is the data node in detail. So here is the name node, which is called master name node. It maintains and manages the data nodes. It records metadata, that is location of block store. It stores the location of block where has been stored, the size of the files, permissions, hierarchy, etc. It receives heartbeat and block report from all the data node. It means one heartbeat is uh, going through all the SDFS from name node to data node. It means it informs the name node the data node is alive or not. When heartbeat is stopped, that means the data node has been damaged. Then name node is searching the data from another data node in which the replication data is present. What is data node? Data node is slab daemons. It stores actual data and it serves real read and write request. Now we'll see how SDFS is working. Now we'll see how Hadoop work. So storing exponentially growing huge data set means SDFS storage unit of Hadoop is a distributed file system. It distribute large file is a small piece of file. Storing unstructured data. SDFS can store unstructured data also. It allows to store any kind of data. It could be structured, semi-structured or unstructured. And the third one is it processing is parallel. So processing data faster, it provides parallel processing of data, and present in SDFS allow to process data locally, that is each node works with a part of data which is stored in it. That means individual data nodes work only their own part of data. So this is the working of Hadoop, and we will see in the next class what is MapReduce. Thank you, class.